Now, you may or may not have seen Bloxburg's new video about what they are hoping to update in the future. Hello guys, it's K-Spade and welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be going over all the new things that they have said. But before I get onto this video, I do just want to say join my Discord if you would like to be in a build battle or in any of my videos in the future. It will be linked in the description below. But let's get straight on into this video. Now, I am going to play the video and just kind of share my thoughts and obviously kind of what they are saying throughout the video if you haven't seen it already. Now, I am going to have to mute the sound because I don't know how much it is going to conflict with my mic. But I am just going to be going through, obviously, all the little pinpoints that they have put in this video and basically explaining it. Now, the intro is basically them saying about the fact, obviously, there hasn't been many updates, and that is because they are working on big ones. So we did get an April Fool's update, which obviously we all did and we all played. I'm going to pause it here a minute. But obviously we did have that, and obviously we didn't get an Easter one. But again, this is why they've come out with this video, to kind of show that they are working on bigger things, and that is why we aren't getting as small updates. But the first thing we are going on to is the map. They are hoping to make the map bigger. Now, obviously, we have been waiting for this for quite a few years, and they are now saying that it's going to come out around this summer. So it will obviously come out in the summer. As you can see, it says on the screen this summer. But it is coming out in the summer, which is really good. None of us, or I don't know if anyone has any idea of what this map is going to even look like. And obviously, it is such a relief because a lot of people have been waiting for this map for ages. Like I said, it's kind of been in the works for around 3 years, and the reason the map has kind of taken so long is because they weren't ready to release it, and they already did have a map which they completely scrapped because of the fact they didn't like how it was and it just wasn't for them. So they completely redone it again, and we are getting a whole different map to what they had planned. And they also said they will be keeping some of obviously the things that are in the map now, rather than just making a whole new map, because then a lot of people said it will not feel like Bloxburg. So there'll be a lot of new things obviously that will come because it is a new map, but a lot of some of the things we like will also stay, but we have no idea what will stay and probably what won't stay. And it did just say the city hall will still remain, but I think in this video it does say that the city hall isn't going to be the school, if I read it right. I'm not too sure. And they are adding new buildings, obviously more ones that you can keep going to instead of ones that are basically useless, which is pretty good. And this is probably one of my favourite parts. They are adding transportation. I am actually so excited for this one. They are hoping, I say, to add transportation. Again, we don't know when these ones will kind of come out. We definitely know that the map's coming this summer, but for the transportation and stuff like that, I think this is going to be really cool because we can have like buses and taxis. If you watched my other videos of where I said things I would like to have in Bloxburg, transport was one of them. So obviously buses and taxis and stuff like that. And I am so happy that they are finally coming into the game, because there are people who join the game who don't have cars or anything like that, and they do have to walk around the map, which can be pretty tiring. So adding public transport will be pretty great. And the next one is on about different plot locations. I'm also very excited for this one because obviously we are very limited to our plots, and you can only really go in where the main part of the centre is. You can't really go to the beach or where the camping place is. And we are hoping, apparently, that there's going to be more than 12 lots. So obviously bigger servers. And I really do hope that obviously the plots do come into place and they do happen, because I would love to have a beach plot or plots near the observatory or stuff like that. I would generally love to see that. And they also want to make it so it's not a guarantee that obviously there'll be more players and more plots in the game, but obviously we do have private servers which allow 50, so you could kind of do it that way if that doesn't work. And the next thing is about the UI. We are going to be getting a easier UI. Now, this is probably for like iPad people and stuff like that. It is hard to kind of use the UI. Like if you're on PC, it's not that hard, but obviously if you're on iPad, you kind kind of have everything in your screen, which is what they want to cut down on. So they don't want you to be able to have loads of pop-ups on your screen, and they want it to be more minimalized. So that is what they are trying to do with working on the UI, which I think is pretty good, because I do switch between using my iPad and my PC for Bloxburg, so I am actually very happy about this one. And they are also using more icons instead of text to make it easier to understand, which again is a lot helpful. And they also want to do the build category a bit better, so then you're not having to find a bunch of stuff that you're trying to look for. So if you're looking for books, they'll make it easier to find them. They might even add a books category, so all you need to do is go into that category and you will find books. And they are also changing, as you can see here, the UI kind of when you pick up phones and just stuff like that. They are changing a lot of things with the UI that are kind of hard to understand, that we don't know yet because obviously we can't see it. But again, they are going to make everything so much easier to use. And the next thing which people are a little bit unsure about is the fact we are going to be getting a phone kind of menu thing. So obviously with this, you can kind of make calls. I don't think you can obviously send messages and stuff, I think they said. But obviously you can make calls to invite people to your house, and it kind of gives this phone feature. Now, a lot of people are on, and by the way, this comes at the end of the year, but a lot of people are kind of on the edge with this. Some people want a phone, some people don't. Some people think adding the phone will kind of give the other roleplay games, because they have the phone and they don't really want that. Personally, I would like to see how it is, so obviously try it out and see how the phone is. And then I'd probably give my opinion. But again, I am really excited to see when the phone comes and what it has in store. And the next one is to do with noises. Now, we did get some noises in the game, like birds, as you can see it says there. And now it sounds like we're going to get walk sounds, which is pretty cool. I really hope we get door sounds, like opening and shutting doors. I would love to have that. And I did also say in one of my videos, I would love there to be more sounds in the game, as it generally adds such more of a calming kind of thing. And I think we do have rain sounds and stuff like that, but we are getting some more sounds. And we are also getting different car sounds, so different cars will sound different and not all the same, which I think is pretty cool. And we are also getting some new soundtracks. Now, this one personally I don't really mind about. It's not something massive to me, but instead of having the build mode song, we will get different songs rather than the same one repeating itself, and the same for the starter music, which I do think is pretty good, because that audio can get annoying sometimes, so you want to turn it down. But that is coming this summer, as well as the map. And the big one is the school we have been waiting for, and they are working on this very, very well. Apparently that's why we haven't got it yet, is because they are making sure everything is fine and it will work fine. And it looks to seem like we are going to get like a painting class, which I thought we were just going to get the basic ones, but they are generally going deep into this and choosing different classes, which I think will be pretty cool. And there apparently will be brand new locations and interactive classes with unique activities. I am so excited for that, because you can actually go to school, customize your locker, so you can literally go to school and partake in the lessons, which I think is a great add to the game. So this will obviously bring the roleplay back into Bloxburg, which everyone wanted. And I think this is, I'm not too sure when the school will come out. I think they are just trying to get everything perfect with the school so that nothing goes wrong with it. Now, they want to release the school by the end of fall, which is pretty good. I think everything in this video will be here by the end of the year, hopefully. Obviously, it's kind of not promised that, because things can go wrong. But obviously, we will be seeing it at the end of the year with all these other things that they have said. It will all be here by 2026, basically. And this little part here was on about why these smaller updates, which I said at the start was obviously because they are working on bigger ones and kind of focusing more on the map and the school and all the UI and stuff like that, rather than bringing us small updates, so they can make sure that obviously everything is fine and smooth with all the other updates that are coming in the summer. But that was just my little rundown on the new update. I am so excited for these new updates, but if you did enjoy this video, then please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. And I've linked my TikTok, my Discord and my Instagram all in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.